This is Ola, Man of Prestige, your favorite relationship and marriage coach. If you enjoyed this, smash that like, subscribe, and share it with someone who needs it. Be a part of the Prestige family. My wife Lola and I have written 2 powerful books, Get My Marriage Back and Number One Red Flag. Yours free at manofprestige.com. For personal coaching, send me a WhatsApp request for consultation to +1 732 305 8577. Stay tuned for more. Your journey to love and prestige starts here. Ladies and gentlemen, welcome back. Do me a favor, hit the like button, share, subscribe, turn up your notifications so you're notified whenever we go live. I hope you're doing well. Yes, let's talk about Kata Efe. Who is Kata Efe? Kata Efe is it's a streamer out of Nigeria. All right, so Kata Efe is a streamer out of Nigeria. He recently blew up. He's been on the scene for quite a while, but the video was featured on his live stream, so he blew up. So everybody is let me see here. Hey Natu. Hey Natu, good to see you, Natu. All right, so he recently blew up, and but then with blowing up is a lot of other things. To whom much is given, much is required. Let's listen to this video and then we'll talk more about Kata Efe and now estranged girlfriend, baby mama, wife, whatever you want to call it. Let's listen.
Good evening, everyone. Honestly, I didn't know how there'll be like the rebel sit down and talk about my private life, but I think this is something I need to do. So I've seen everything that Kata posted about me. I have seen everything. He said that he has been single for over a year. I mean, it's true that we are not together, we've not been together, but him saying that he has been single for over a year is something I don't understand, because I usually had sex with this person 3 days ago, so I don't get where that one is coming from. And this person is someone that does not let me work. He doesn't want me to work. Like, I've always wanted to become an actress, and he does not like that. He doesn't want me to become an actress. He doesn't want me to do anything. Like, he doesn't want me to do literally anything. Even to work in a hospital. I studied medical anatomy, and I cannot even work in a hospital because he feels that he said that if I work in a hospital that I will sleep with the medical doctors, which is something that I find crazy. Him calling me this morning to tell me that, oh, he gave me a platform, he made people like me, right? That he's still going to take that platform away from me, that he's about to post something. This morning, he called me this morning to tell me. I thought it was a joke because this is not the first time he's telling me such. So him telling me that, okay, he posted that he's about to post stuff like this and going ahead to post it. I was just what's going on? Why do you want to post it? He said, oh, that make I just play, I should hold on, that he will make sure I will not be able to record myself and post. I'm like, what did I do? What exactly did I do that make you feel like, okay, this is the right thing for you to do? I mean, it's very okay for you to post that we're no longer together. Yes, that is quite understandable. But you coming online to say bad stuff about me, and I'm very happy you're the one coming out to say all this about me, which means this is actually the right time. This is all I needed. This is all I needed for me to like come out and actually say my truth. So I think I'm happy, and I think that he's the one that came out to start saying stuff about me, bad stuff and false stuff about me, which is okay. I think this is the right time for me to say my truth. Yeah, I think that's the right thing for me to just do, for real.
All right, that's what she had to say. Again, he's a live streamer, but she's not coming out to say, hey, a lot of things about him. But I'm gonna read some of this. He posted some couple of things on. So again, while we're talking about it again, it's a baby father, baby mother type of story. So I just think a lot of these young men, they have a lot to learn when it comes to women. The older men are not helping either, because a lot of the stuff a lot of the practices they're trying to repeat, they just don't fit into the times that we're living, and that's a good thing. Okay, so that's not even to say, are you asking men to soften up? No, it has nothing to do with that. I'm actually telling men to man up. That's what I'm trying to say. You have problems in your hands, and you need to pay attention, and you need to pay attention more so to real-time behavior. Okay, I'll tell you what. I saw an argument earlier on. Somebody was saying, what's the word? Somebody said men needs to be agreeable. Another man jumped at his throat and said, no, men don't need to be agreeable. And then they started going back and forth about semantics, or the semantics of the word agreeable. I get it that agreeable, it doesn't mean you agree. It has it has very little to do with agreeing or not, but basically somebody said no, but you need to be considerable. A young lady said no, wait, I don't want a man to be agreeable. That means it's avoiding conflict. Okay, so there's nuances to that, obviously, but when we hear agreeable and you want to just jump into semantics type of disagreement, oh sorry, this semantics type of argument, you just lose. You're not listening. Okay, somebody might say one word, but they're trying to say something else. See, those nuances are stuff we have to work with today. So you can know all the dictionary meanings all you want, but the reality sometimes is far from that. So you have to be tuned in to active listening, but we'll talk about that. So people like Kataefe falls in that category of the vulnerable of the society. Unfortunately, he's a grown man, and ignorance is not an excuse. This is what he said. He said the grind was not ordinary, it was intentional, and I'm not stopping anytime soon. So again, he blew up recently. He's made some good money and is on a trajectory to become great, but then I don't think he understands that this kind of stories haunting him is a big problem, you know. And then he goes, this lady has frustrated my whole life to the extent I trained every day for beating a lady. For a good 2 years, I lost everything. I lost my mindset. I could not think or shoot content. I got broke. Good 3 months, I didn't see my kid. Again, that's why I'm asking, is this a matter of fatherhood denial or DV? She's now accusing him of DV, sadly. Okay, again, once you have a woman out there accusing you of DV, Baba, you could explain. Check this out. This is the video now that, with the help of Very Dark Man, she's put out there on Kataefe, right? Once you start having a woman out there accusing you of DV, Baba, I don't know what to say to you. You know, because again, I'm not saying it might be a matter of you're telling the truth, it might be, but I guarantee you, this is what I can guarantee you, you don't know what you're doing.
You go explain, because no evidence.
Yep, I can guarantee you that you do not know what you're doing. But what if somebody just out to get you, the enemy, the witchcraft? Okay, if you say so. But let me read this to you. This is what he's saying, okay? So he posted this out there, said, this lady has frustrated my life. These days, you guys noticed I've been happy and active is because I was able to move away since. I'm aggressively active. God is good. And then he goes, success is not by luck. Success is intentional. Okay. Again, you can say all the right thing, but we have to look at the results you're creating. We have to go back to the drawing board and really assess things. He said, you left me for a good 5 months only to come and see that I'm the biggest streamer in Africa. Laugh my ass out. You won't follow me, enjoy when you know they there for me. Funny bitch. That's what he said. And then he goes, just to let you know, guys, I've been single for over 1 year now. God is good. I saw mad changes in my life. But again, why am I covering this story? Again, all you young women, young ladies out there that keep saying there's no manual. Well, there's no manual. You're creating a manual effectively, and these are the result of that kind of manual. Okay? So if you want to move through life mad without having some kind of blueprint that you work with, you create this kind of results. You see their picture, they look beautiful when they were taking photo shoots and everything, but then they don't know what to do with themselves when they find themselves in crisis. All right, so there you have it. So yeah, I just wanted to point that out. But there's some more. We want to talk a little bit more about this. More about this. I'll be right back, guys. I'll be right back. Do me a favor, hit the like button. Okay, share, subscribe, turn up your notifications. Let's ping other people into the room. I'll be right back.
This is Ola, Man of Prestige, your favorite relationship and marriage coach. If you enjoyed this, smash that like, subscribe, and share it with someone who needs it. Be a part of the Prestige family. My wife, Lola, and I have written 2 powerful books, Get My Marriage Back and Number 1 Red Flag, yours free at manofprestige.com. For personal coaching, send me a WhatsApp request for consultation to +1 732 305 8577. Stay tuned for more. Your journey to love and prestige starts here.
All right, let's listen to this video. This is an old video here. Let's listen to it.
Let me warn you for the last time. The day you shake your bum bum on TikTok, that day you are going to Shoba, you are going home. Idiot. See, let me warn you for the last time. The day you shake your bum bum on TikTok, that day you are going to Shoba, you are going home. Idiot.
All right, so as you can see, we're still talking about Kataefe and what's her name? Ella. We're still talking about. Let me read some of these comments for you so that you can see what we're talking about. Again, this young man is it's a streamer that just blew up recently. He was on a trajectory for massive success. You see, when you give too much success to young men, it can be detrimental. Okay. It can be detrimental, and that's what I'm looking at here. Is an overly excited young man. Again, what did she do wrong? Probably a lot. Okay, she probably did a lot wrong too. But again, if you have a lot of success early on in life, or you're attracting a lot of attention, there's a good chance you might attract a young, nice little sweet thing, a young lady too, and it might be a setup for failure. Okay. So, but what can we hold her accountable for? I'll let you handle that. But let me just point out to you what is going to happen to you if you don't listen to me, especially as a man. Okay. Somebody said, ladies, we need to talk. Said, boost your children's esteem at every chance you get. He knows she lacks self-love, worth, and evidence. He knows she lacks self-love, worth, and confidence. He's riding on that wave. That doesn't look good. Pretty good. That's a good point, right? So what kind of would your daughter end up in the hands or in this type of relationship? Listen again.
Let me warn you for the last time. The day you shake your bum bum on TikTok, that day you are going to Shoba, you are going home.
So on the surface, what does it look like? It looks like, okay, it's just a young man, staying in control of his relationship and just saying, hey, this is how I want my lady to move. Does he have the right to do that? Right? Did you use the word right? Okay.
You're right.
Yeah, I think it's irrelevant to what we're talking about. Let's talk about why your daughter, God forbid, right, could potentially end up in this type of relationship where a person who claims to love them is talking down on them like this. That, I think we should talk about that. Maybe that's something we can hold women accountable for, right? Your self-esteem, your self-confidence, your self-worth. Where's the blurring line between that and submission? What we just saw, does that look like submission to you, or just something else that's about to that's about to collapse, right? It looks very bad, right? All right. TikTok, no, not TikTok, Natu, but you can shake your own on TikTok. I'm not sure what you're speaking to, Natu. I'm not sure. Let me see here. Ladies, we need to talk. Somebody said, women, respect your men and do as he say. Men, love your wives as Christ loved the church. Imagine. That's what Slim K said. What we just saw is terrible. There's no how, there's no way you can justify talking to your wife like that. Okay, I think most women know they shouldn't talk to a man like that. I think women with sense already know that, but I don't think a lot of men know that. And I think I can blame some of our fathers for that. Some of our older gentlemen for that. Sometimes they are trying to make a point, but then the point is being misinterpreted by a lot of young men the wrong way. So being in control of your relationship does not have to involve you talking down on your lady, or what you're doing is talking down on yourself. You lack self-respect, and you need validation that are more so tangible. You must talk down on the person before you can feel in control, right? Or she lost respect for you, and the only way you can earn respect back is for you to talk down on her. Well, it's a time bomb. It's only a matter of time before she start getting people like Jojo Fiele to start saying, hey, why do you have to accept such nonsense, right? Exactly. So what's the better way to do? Why don't you just have some self-respect? And there's a way you move as a man. Women naturally submit to you and they naturally respect. Now, if you're in a long-term relationship, sometimes there will be crisis, okay? and it might be completely out of your hands. And yes, you might mistakenly, let me just accord you might mistakenly fall in the hands of a disrespectful lady. There's also a way to handle that with proper self-respect. But you definitely don't want to be in a place where you're barking down yourself, looking like you're barking down your woman. You're probably going to get in more trouble. It's going to get worse. She's going to lose more respect. And then the longer it takes before she wakes up, the worse it's going to get. Okay? Someone said, you sabi babu mado. Someone said, are you a fine babe? Chai. Women, love yourself. I like this point that this somebody is bringing up here. It's I guess, but it's not to victim blame. It's just to say, ladies, if you don't have, if your self-worth is tampered with, you might end up with this kind of guys, and you might justify it. Like I said, there was a conversation I was having earlier on, and a young lady, she said, I don't want my man to be agreeable. Somebody was trying to say, no, your man needs to be agreeable. And I get the gist, because if you get stuck again in dictionary, agreeable is not, it can, a man needs to be sure of himself. So, and sometimes that means he's open to disagreeing and he's not afraid of conflict. And then I found out that what she was trying to say is that she doesn't want a man who is afraid of conflict, right? But some women can actually take that to the next level and think that it's okay for a man to back down on them. And they call that, I like my man to be a manly man. Okay, oh, sure, auntie, I want my man to be a manly man. I hope when there's actual crisis, you never get to a point where you feel the need to run away, because an average woman will probably at some point run away. But anyway, you enabled that behavior from the very beginning, but you called it, oh, a man needs to be agreeable. But I understand there's a nuance here where there's attraction. When you're attracted to a man who is sure of himself, who is not easily shaken off of his standards, okay? But it's 2026. It's really more of a nuance than it's about words. And I just want us all to be careful, okay? So if you don't feel safe, secure, something is telling you that it's not safe and secure, okay? You need to listen to it, okay? And yes, it's true. A man moves a certain way, he's sure of himself, and sometimes that can show up as arrogance as opposed to confidence, or he's sure he's leading you in a different direction. But if you don't feel safe about his vision and where he's leading you, you should probably listen to that. Do me a favor, hit the like button, share, subscribe. Turn up your notifications so you're notified when we go live. I've got some more trendy stories around the world. Bringing that right up. I'll be right back.
This is Ola, Man of Prestige, your favorite relationship and marriage coach. If you enjoyed this, smash that like, subscribe, and share it with someone who needs it. Be a part of the Prestige family. My wife, Lola, and I have written 2 powerful books, Get My Marriage Back and Number 1 Red Flag, yours free at manofprestige.com. For personal coaching, send me a WhatsApp request for consultation to +1 305 8577. Stay tuned for more. Your journey to love and prestige starts here.
All right, welcome back to Keeping Up with Nwoko and Regina Daniels. Okay, welcome back. Well, no, this one actually, police reportedly arrest Regina Daniels' brother during a live stream. Let's listen to this video and then let's talk.
Yes. Even DPO, they have to put the DPO on the uncle. Tell me I have to come. If I come, he will tell me what I did.
No, it's confirmed. It's true, and it is Ned. I've confirmed it. It is Ned.
So wait till I do him.
There is the warrant on everybody. The same warrant said they might. I swear. He's trying to say that we stole. He's saying that we stole $40,000 from his house.
Give me warrant to my full name. Don't give me rubbish name. I will not answer that name and come and see.
Whereas Ned doesn't even keep money at home. So which one is we stole 40K?
What did we steal? Did you steal his money or what? What is he saying? Did you people? And see, if you not provide camera, me stealing, I will sue the person. If you don't provide camera,
you didn't even enter inside the compound. Did you go upstairs? You were not even at the compound that day.
If you have seen me in your compound, I'll show any video of me stealing. But if not, if you don't provide that,
it's okay. Everybody go inside. Go inside. Don't worry.
Go inside. What I will judge you. If you eat it, will judge you.
No verse. Oh yeah, go inside. Carry Brasami. Everybody inside.
But yes. Even DPO,
All right, so what we're looking at is a video that was trending on social media in the last 3 to 5 hours. And apparently, Senator Ned Nwoko, as you know, for the past few months, Senator Ned Nwoko and estranged, is it fifth or sixth or seventh wife, Regina Daniels, they've been going back and forth because she said she's done with the relationship. So, and now, as of today, is allegedly sent police after Regina Daniels' brother and some other people that were actually in the middle of live streaming. So, according to Mazi Tunde Notes, it says Ned is saying we took $40,000 from his house, whereas Ned doesn't even keep money at home. This is what Regina said, right? Regina claims in a recent live video that police officers allegedly attempted to arrest her brother and a friend again. Let me see what Tunde said here. It's time for this man to let this little girl go. Let her have peace. Hey, Chinye, good to see you, Chinye. Let her have peace. She doesn't want you anymore. It's okay. Accept reality and move on with due respect, Grandpa. Yeah, Tunde, you're running your mouth from Atlanta. Hey, wala. They'll come and pick you up over there. Nigerian people swear up and down like this guy has access anywhere. He's a lawyer. He will come and just arrest anybody from anywhere in the world. Anyway, now he's claiming that somebody allegedly claiming somebody must have stole $40,000. Okay, and there's a warrant on their head. The more Paned continues to do this, the more he's going to be exposed. Okay, what am I speaking to? I'm not talking to Paned particularly. I'm talking about anyone who think they can manipulate a narrative, particularly to the general public. The general public, they might not be able to put a finger on it, but you just drag yourself for no reason. The more you tell on yourself, the more you speak or you continue to talk, the more you continue to do shalaye, explain, the more you will tell on yourself. And as smart as many people claim Paned is, well, the people that claim that he's smart, they're probably not smart.
We go explain because no evidence.
Who is going to tell him that he needs to stop trying to drag this issue? Who is going to tell him? Who's going to tell him that he needs to stop dragging this issue? I don't know who's going to tell him, but I can talk to you at least. But let me see, if a senator got $40,000 in his house, he should be charged for money laundering. Really? That's how that works? I'm not sure that's how that works. But anyway, if you say so. Somebody said, I thought Layla was enough for him. Even Romeo and Juliet never had it this bad. But you know, people with coconut head, this is how it works. They don't stop. They don't know when to stop. They don't know, even if it's a simple argument, back and forth, a conversation, a debate, there's a time. You just know that it's time to stop. And people that are lame, they can be the smartest people in the world. They don't know when to stop. As a matter of fact, we have enough people rooting for them. People that will be rooting for them and be like, yes, he's a speaker. He's very intelligent. She's very intelligent. But they don't know when to stop. Okay? The same people that's rooting them on will end up judging them, will end up casting them away. Okay? How do I know? We've seen this over and over and over and over again. But maybe it's new in Nigeria, because Nigerian politicians, particularly, they think like, you know what they say about power, absolute power, right? Corrupt, absolutely. Yeah, that's exactly how it works. It's never happened, but one day, it's going to happen. But, hopefully we're paying attention at that time. So I think Ned Nwoko has a lot of lessons to learn. I think he's just a lame dude. It's just a good old lame grandpa. Let me see what Chinye is saying. Chinye said he's showing that what's being said about his abuse is accurate. Precisely. Exactly, Chinye. Yep, exactly. So there's the half of the people following the story, half of them. Yes, half, I would say. Literally, they support Ned and they say, no, he has a right. But why can't you just leave a man? If you want to leave, why do you have to drag him? Who is doing the dragging? All she said is that I'm not happy in Ned's house. That's all I've seen her say. After that, it has been one accusation after another. Everything like continue to really push this drug addiction thing down the public's throat. That's what we've seen. So I'm just saying, if you're listening to this and you are a coconut head, I don't expect you to admit to it. If you talk too much, I don't expect you to admit to it. But you're probably going to tell on yourself. You're going to drag yourself. You're going to expose yourself. You're going to become vulnerable to the same enemies that you're trying to fight, and you will defeat yourself. Let's be guided though. Let me know what your thoughts are about this. Hit the like button, share, subscribe, turn up your notifications so you're notified when we go live. Let's move on to some other trendy stories around the world. I'll be right back.
This is Ola, Man of Prestige, your favorite relationship and marriage coach. If you enjoy this, smash that like, subscribe, and share it with someone who needs it. Be a part of the Prestige family. My wife Lola and I have written 2 powerful books, Get My Marriage Back and Number One Red Flag. Yours free at manofprestige.com. For personal coaching, send me a WhatsApp request for consultation to +1 732 305 8577. Stay tuned for more. Your journey to love and prestige starts here.
All right, welcome back. So, keeping up with the house of Nwoko and Regina Daniels, let's continue. I guess he has more receipts. More receipts. Nwoko drops another post against Regina Daniels. Wala. Hey, this guy will not rest too.
You doing what?
No. For real. He's such a smart, intelligent man. He's a lawyer. Do you know he's a UK trained lawyer? Do you know how many people I know that have been in this country for 35, 40 years that still can't get rid of their village mindset?
You think so they're wise?
I beg, leave that thing. So he has more receipts. There's more receipts. Let's get into it. Wow. Let me read it. I'm gonna read it for you guys, and then it says, okay. Shout out to Stella Demokokos. It says Senator Nwoko has issued another press release. Okay, let me just go straight to it. It says Senator Nwoko's October 2025 WhatsApp message to Regina and the truth it reveals. Hey, wala. Say, and I won't accept your friends coming here at odd hours again. First, it was glam on Sunday night. I spoke with 2 of you to go to sleep at 1 a.m. and she should leave. She didn't do either. It was all night of noise and music and all that goes with it. By 3 a.m. another 2 friends joined you. They left the following afternoon. Again today, I asked you to go to bed at 3 a.m. You refused. I feel like I've seen this before somewhere. It was the noise of doors downstairs that woke me up. Lo and behold, you and Sonia were heading to your room at exactly. I feel like I've seen this one here before. Maybe he added it as a quote to a statement. Let's see. But still, though, still. Oh God.
You go explain because no evidence.
Let's read it anyway. I don't know who is giving you drugs amongst them, and this lifestyle is totally unacceptable, and we can't continue like this. It is either you continue with your therapy or you check into the rehab in Asokoro. My health is deteriorating because of your situation. I'm worried about your life and what will happen with the kids. More importantly, I won't fund your lifestyle again until you are fully rehabilitated. Okay, so I guess it accompanied another new post. Here's what it says. The WhatsApp message sent by Senator Nwoko to Regina on 17 October 2025 provides a clear and honest account of the issues that led to the breakdown of the household. When read carefully, it leaves little room for the version of events later pushed. Okay. Yeah, I think we've covered it. But let me come to the comments. You know, Oh, it's Chinye. Chinye is going at it. Let me see. Its followers are gaslighting us. Ned is the one who keeps pushing information to tarnish his image. There you go. Exactly. Where's Uncle Beno? Uncle Beno, sir. How are you, sir? Yep. Yeah, it is still J. So let me go into the comments. Hold on, gentlemen. Hold on. Just hold. Sorry about that, ladies and gentlemen. Yes, so let me see. So I think so that particular post is I think is a continuation of like they're requoting it. You know, he's the one requoting what he said sent in the past, essentially. Okay. So, but let me continue. He said, no member of the domestic documented the substance. Okay, yeah, the full statement actually looks like it came out like days ago. Then it goes 6. Public victimhood became an easier escape than treatment. The shift from private intervention into, yes, I definitely have seen this before. Somebody said anti-SDK. Talk true, say, nah, you never tire for EPA. It's really giving, if I can't have you, nobody else will. Very silly and old man move on you, sir. Okay, the only one excuse that everybody that supports him is giving is that he needs to clean his name. If he needs to clean his name, it looks like everything he's doing is literally doing the opposite of that. That's what it looks like to me. Everything is doing that. Here's the thing: when you want to, we were quoting somebody yesterday, said, "Be slow to anger, be slow to speak." Right? Yes, it's very, very true in this kind of situations. Right? All you need to do is you can debunk. Sometimes you have to debunk. Somebody may make the wrong statement about you. They may say something about you that you don't appreciate. Yeah, it's the same. He reposted. What happens is that 23 hours ago, he reposted it. See, I'm looking at it directly from his page. Okay. Somebody said, God rested on the 7th day, sir. So God rested on the 7th day. Somebody said, are you okay mentally? They're attacking him. So how much respect exactly are we talking about here? Like, if you lost respect, then if somebody has lost respect for you, but then you continue to do the things that will continue to make them lose respect for you, right? At what point are you going to catch yourself in real time and say, hey, I am actually enabling the behavior? Yes, you might even be a victim, but in many cases, you're the one you're engaging them, you're fueling the fire, and you're also, what's the word I'm looking for? Is that one word? You're enabling the behavior. At what point do you say, okay, I'm the one victim shaming myself because I'm the one enabling this behavior? Because what happens if you're going to send police? You send police, right? You send. What do you expect to get out of it? That they will just stop because you're yelling, right? When you yell, for the most part, most people will try to yell on top of you, right? If you're arguing back and forth with the person, you're talking over each other. If you continue to try to escalate it and talk over them, what happens? They tend to want to do the same thing, unless they choose to be the leader and to let you have it. But why can't you be the first to do that sometimes? Why can't you be the first? So it's not even that, it's not that deep. It's not such a big deal. It's not, the topic we're covering here is not so much of a big deal where somebody is lying against your name, they accuse you of DV, and you never committed DV. All you have to do is say, I don't believe in violence, I will never be violent. The only thing we have is a tape floating around the internet, allegedly of Nwoko admitting that, yes, I will slap, and I will go to UK and I will back it up. I will slap my wife. And by the way, we have more than enough Nigerian men on the internet saying, no, forget men for a second. We have women saying, it depends on why you slap. So, like, it depends. We have women saying that on this in this internet space. It's crazy. And yet, at the same token, in the same breath, they're complaining that women are dumping men left and right. I'm not sure where the surprise is coming from. It's very, very confusing that anybody will say in one breath that it's okay to slap your wife. I mean, it depends. What does it depend on? What are you talking about? In what case is that ever justifiable, right? And in that same breath, you're saying women are not staying with their wife. They should learn how to stay with their husband. How? What math? How does that add up in 2026 when all of us, me and you, men, women, we have options and we don't tolerate bullshit? If it's BS, we don't. We leave. Right? It's just so happened that women are doing they tend to do the dumping faster. Let me come to the chat. She say women we had no correct. There are many of them. Oh. Many of them. Uncle Beno, I see you, sir. How are you, sir? I miss you, sir. I need to come hang out with you guys at the Real Fam over there. But may God help me. Yeah, so this is what we're dealing with here. Nwoko is many Nigerian, African, black men. Yes, you'd be shocked. Even black American men would think they can have their cake and eat it too. So when they get dumped, they cry wolf. And I've been talking about this for a long time. It's gonna be, what year are we? Since 2018. At least 7-8 years. It's the same thing. The patterns are there. It's the same issues. Coconut head, pride, unrealistic expectations. What are your expectations of a person who keeps enabling you, but confused at the same time, but they're not sure if that's what the man is supposed to do, but they can't. What do you expect? One day they will completely confused. They will dump your ass, of course. All right. The easy ones are the ones who will never accept such nonsense. The other ones are the ones who would continue to accept their doormat. The dangerous ones are the ones who enable. It's like, it's okay for a man to be a man. I'm talking about women now. Okay, none of this stuff is happening without women endorsing it. And you might be confused now. You might think I'm victim shaming. Trust me, I'll continue to show you more examples. Hit the like button, share, subscribe, turn up your notifications. Let's move on to some other trendy stories around the world. I'll be right back.
This is Ola, Man of Prestige, your favorite relationship and marriage coach. If you enjoyed this, smash that like, subscribe, and share it with someone who needs it. Be a part of the Prestige family. My wife Lola and I have written 2 powerful books, Get My Marriage Back and Number 1 Red Flag, yours free at manofprestige.com. For personal coaching, send me a WhatsApp request for consultation to +1 732 305 8577. Stay tuned for more. Your journey to love and prestige starts here.
All right, let's talk about Gina. Gina, what's her name again? I always forget her name. Gina Onu. Let's just call her Onu. Let's just call her Onu. Gina Onu. She's been tackling. We're still on keeping up with Regina Daniels and Nwoko. She's been tackling Nwoko from the very, very beginning, and now Onuoha. Thank you. Says what Nigerians are seeing is disturbing. Okay, but let me read this statement that she has to say, and then let's take it from there. Let's see. All right, so she said what Nigerians are witnessing with Senator Nwoko is deeply disturbing. In all fairness and with a deep sense of responsibility, it is obvious that Senator Nwoko urgently needs psychological rehabilitation rather than Regina. Ouch. Stray bullets. Stray bullet. Wala. So it's the one that needs the help, eh? Jesus Christ. Let me see here. Wow. Let me pull this up. Hold on one second. Okay. He said his attitude is becoming of a responsible and honorable. Is unbecoming. Sorry, his attitude is unbecoming of a responsible and honorable man. I'm telling you, I know a woman on this internet space. She's a friend, by the way. She said, "This man is a respectable." No. She used the word integrity. She used the word a gentleman or more. You know, this wonder shall never end. Let's just say it like that. Wonders shall never end. He said he's a responsible man. Eh? Well, I'm sure probably maybe in his private life, if you don't cross him, yes, that's probably the condition right there. Like if you don't cross him, then he's probably, maybe he's really, really responsible. Anyway, she said his persistent behavior online and his witch hunt campaign against his estranged wife and a young woman he started bedding at 17. He claimed he was 19 or okay, maybe 21. Well, all of them is the same to me as far as I'm concerned. And I'm not talking legalities, okay? A 21-year-old woman and 17, potato, potara. Iriato. What's the difference? Anyway, if you don't know the difference, wait until you have a daughter who is 21, okay? At that time, you can come back and talk to me. Anyway, somebody he started bedding at 17, according to her, reflects the classic behavior of a malignant narcissist. That word. A person who seeks total control over another human being, their life, their choices, even their sense of self. Baba, you go need to sue this lady. Oh. They said he sues everybody. I think not. Anyway, a man nearing 70 publicly battling a 24-year-old woman, a young woman who entered that relationship at 17 should alarm every Nigerian. They said she's 27 now, and she was only 21 at the time. Either way, it doesn't make any difference, right? It only makes legal difference. Well, the problem is that people that always use legality to back up their stupid arguments, oftentimes they lose themselves. They don't know where to stop. So they eventually will get in trouble. Anyway, she has since grown, matured, and chosen to leave a path that no longer serves her. In any free society, the right to walk away from a toxic relationship is fundamental. They said, if you call it toxic relationship, we'll sue you. Yet, instead of respecting her choice, he continues a campaign of character destruction, labeling her a drug addict, damaging her reputation, and using their children as leverage to coerce her return. This is not concern. This is control. She voluntarily submitted to independent drug testing abroad and was cleared. Was she? It doesn't matter. Somebody said no, but she wasn't cleared. Why did she wait? Well, why does it matter? If she was capable enough to wait a whole 3 months to not take drugs that will show up in her bloodstream, that would mean she will fail as a drug addict. That means she passed as a normal human being who is not a drug addict. That means she was able to stay through 3 months and not take one. Why? Because she needed to do shalaye. Let me guess. Oh, she just needed to. She just needed to explain herself, you know. And then so she was able to turn off the drug addiction. Just turn it off just for the time moment. The confusion is confusing at this time. What is unfolding is dangerous. It follows a familiar pattern. When a woman says, "I'm done," the same tactics appear: intimidation, defamation, manipulation, and relentless pressure. And by the way, that increases the number of women who say they are done. Gentlemen, it's very simple. If she's done, let her go. That includes a simple argument. Let her go. If you don't know how to let her go, she's eventually going to dump your ass because you clearly don't know. It's a skill. It's a life skill. Letting go. Letting go is a life skill. I know it can be difficult sometimes, but letting go is a life skill that you need to learn. And by the way, it increases your chances of attracting that person back to you. But at that point, they chose to be with you, as opposed to coercing them to want to be with you by force. She's right. This is the behavior across the board. If anything happens to this young woman, accountability must fall where it belongs. Senator Ned, leave her alone. She has said enough. Respect it. Freedom means the right to leave. And by the way, let me add, you have to love in a way that the person you're loving feels free. If you can't do that, Why do you go into a marriage to look for freedom? Who goes into a marriage to look for happiness? You are lame. You are lame. And people are going to keep dumping you. Write that down. Take that to the bank. So somebody said, no, the same lady, Onuoha, Gina. She said, I think she was an actress. She said, so Chinedu, rest in Jesus' name, because your smear campaign against this young woman will not be sustained. Regina might not have the grammatical acumen to write epistles like you. But guess what? Many good and just Nigerians will speak up for her. You are petty. It is obvious that you are the one in need of psychological rehabilitation. You need help, Chinedu. I don't know. Let me come to the chat. I don't know. Hey, Dupsy Hot, good to see you. She said, hello, MOP, hello, Prestige family, good to see you. Why won't anyone want to be happy in a marriage? Are you just joining this conversation? There's more than enough men and women on the internet saying marriage is not about happiness. I know where they're driving at, but it's still bullshit. They're trying to say it's not every day you be happy. Well, that has nothing to do with what you're getting dumped. You're getting dumped because overall they're not happy. Right? So it's like we go in circles, but we end up back in the same spot. You know. And then before you know it, they will pull out dictionary meanings of happiness, and they start to tell you that you're wrong. Happiness actually means happy, long term, short. It doesn't matter. If somebody dumped you because they're happy, they're trying to tell you something, and you clearly suck at active listening, and it's no wonder why you're getting dumped. Go figure. It's no wonder why you're getting dumped. Because you hear happiness, happiness, I know it. Who comes into a marriage because of happiness? Well, they're trying to tell you something else. Well, they should be an adult. Well, they're an adult and they're dumping you, okay? And now you have a home that's scattered. I bet you're happy now. Maybe not. Which one? Happy or not happy? Exactly. Ejeka yara brain. Okay. The words, of course, we use words to communicate, but something else is much more important than the words. What are they trying to say? You have to listen longer than the words you're hearing sometimes. You have to listen long enough to hear where they're coming from. And yes, it's a moving target, and I'm going to talk about that in a minute here. It's a moving target. It's a life skill. You're going to need to have these skills if you want to survive love and connection in this time and age. Because why? Because people have options. So why are you encouraging them to have options? Is it me that caused all divorce? I beg. Hit the like button right now. Hit the like button. I don't want to argue. Thank you. Hit the like button, share, subscribe, turn up your notifications so you're notified when we go live. Let's move on to some other trendy stories around the world. I'll be right back.
This is Ola, Man of Prestige, your favorite relationship and marriage coach. If you enjoy this, smash that like, subscribe, and share it with someone who needs it. Be a part of the Prestige family. My wife Lola and I have written 2 powerful books, Get My Marriage Back and Number 1 Red Flag. Yours free at manofprestige.com. For personal coaching, send me a WhatsApp request for consultation to +1 732 305 8577. Stay tuned for more. Your journey to love and prestige starts here.
Welcome back in another episode of Keeping Up with Regina Daniels and partner Nwoko. Toolz has a question. Toolz is a radio personality out of Nigeria, and she has a question for Panet. I mean, the questions are long, but it's good for us. We get to have these conversations, right? All right. What is she saying? What did she say now? She said, please can someone enlighten me on Senator Ned's duties? Senator Ned's duty. Let me see if I can find something. She's asking a very, very important questions. Because this is one of our beloved. I don't know if I should use the word beloved. Sorry, my bad. Okay, but let me just use it. Okay, our beloved. Okay, our distinguished senator, one of our senators out of Nigeria. So she's asking, what are some of his duties? So I'm actually trying to do a research in real time to see if I can find anything, because I think it's a good question. Duties and achievements in the last few years. Duties. Listen, I'm not playing here. Duties and achievements in the last few years. Let's see. Let's see if something comes up. Like, this needs to be public. Okay. All right. Okay. All right. This is a good question, but let me finish the question. Actually, some things came up, so that's good for him. I just want to be fair. I just think we should be fair, right? So, but she's asking, please, can someone enlighten me on Senator Ned's duties and achievements in the last few years? I'm not sure if he's been as vocal about anything the way he has been with Regina. Anyway, Maraji said he should leave us alone. Eh? Horse, you are joining the party. Can you imagine? The mom of five, how are you? Oh, wow. So it's a quick question. I barely know this man, but does he post about his senatorial duties like this? Let me see. Let me check out his page. I think he posted some stuff. I think he did. Senator Ned Nwoko. Because that's what those social media pages, one of the things that he sent out also had a senator letterhead, which is like, why are you using the senator letterhead to make this kind of a personal statement? You know, but hey, it's Nigeria. Anything flies. So let's look at his page. This is Senator Ned Nwoko. He has his own 1 million monitoring spirit, so in his own rights. 1 million followers. Absolutely. So let's see here. This is about Regina. Okay. This is the one that he posted 23 hours ago. And this is him with Regina's kids from 1 day ago. A long day. Then a little time to unwind. Family time. Okay. This is him. Can I say something to you? I bet you this is about Regina too. Let's continue. Don't be fooled. This is the don't be fooled from 4 days ago statement. Okay. So he actually reposted that statement that we're reading that we said was stale gist. He reposted it just so we know. Okay. Somebody said she's gone. You have Layla. Leave Regina alone, Grandpa. Hey, the way I don't think anybody has ever, not even you, Ledoche, have ever been dragged like this before. I don't think so. I think it's just him. Okay. He posted New Year's on January 1st. That's 12 days ago. Let me see. MOP, you are late to the party, yo. You better turn on your notification. I'm here every day. Mom of five. Turn up your notifications. I've been here every day. Drop a ton of content. You want to go catch up? Maybe you need to catch up. Let's see here. Yeah, this one is about Regina too. Okay, I see Layla, but this is about Regina too. Okay, season's greetings. Okay, what is this one here? Gina really turned Grandpa to motivational speaker. That's the thing though. Solid. I'm telling you. Let's say birthdays may be ordinary days to me, but moments like this, filled with family and love, I'm telling you, a good breakfast will turn you to a motivational speaker. Do we not know that already? We know that. We know this now. We know this. Good to see you, man of five. Yeah, it's to turn you to a motivational speaker. It's just the way it works. But in terms of his accomplishments, let's just be fair to Paned, okay? What I'm pulling up online says legislative duties, bill sponsorship. He has sponsored 31 bills and moved over 25 motions addressing national security, economic reform, and social welfare. Okay, this is by mid 2025. Okay, then in terms of constituency projects, he has attracted 51 projects to Delta North, ranging from rural electrification to school renovations to healthcare upgrades and the construction of ICT centers. Okay. In terms of specific legislations, they said notable bills include the self-defense and firearm ownership. So he's actually advocating for people to carry firearm in Nigeria. Would you like that? Ladies and gentlemen, Nigerians, do you want regular human beings to be able to carry and conceal? To protect themselves. Let me add that to it. There's an objective, right? To protect themselves against. So the 1 month rent limitation bill, okay, the Electoral Courts Establishments Act. He has also been a vocal advocate for the creation of Onuoha State. Oh, Onuoha State. Uncle Beno, you did not spell these things for me properly. Now I see the proper states. It's Onuoha, literally Onuoha State. Okay. They said he's going to be potentially the governor of that new state. So he cannot allow just some young girl out of nowhere to destroy his names. That's what his supporters are saying, by the way. Yes. So he should come out and debunk every day. Good luck with becoming the governor of Onuoha. Anyway. Key appointment. He serves as the chairman of the Senate Committee on Reparations and Repatriation, and is a member of the 16 other strategic committees, including serving as vice chairman of the Committee on Environment. Now, in terms of major social and infrastructure projects, see, I'm helping Paned. All the supporters are not come for me. I'm helping him finally spread the word about what he has been doing, as opposed to just talking about Regina, debunking Regina every day. This man go explain.
We go explain because no evidence.
No evidence. This man go explain tired. I swear. What is going on with this thing? These people are funny. All right. So I think he has some good accomplishments there to answer Toolz. I think he has some good things going on there. Would you guys agree? So he has some good stuff going on there, you know. But he has a lot of time in his hands. Well, I would argue that the average senator in Nigeria, they get paid a lot of money just to work literally a few minutes in a day. Yeah. I said, don't be disrespectful to a senator. They work very hard. Sometimes they sleep there overnight and they are doing their thing and they are I know. But I know what I'm saying too, you know. Malaria eradication. He continues to push for a malaria-free Nigeria through his foundation. In early 2025, he proposed a bill to establish a federal waste management and malaria eradication agency and has personally invested over $20 million into malaria research and vaccine development. This is sourced from the Nation newspaper. Okay. And then another one said the Ogwashi Uku Dam. He successfully pushed for the resuscitation of this long abandoned project aimed at providing clean water and irrigation to over 60 communities. Now, in terms of recent recognition and political moves, he was awarded, according to, News Agency of Nigeria, was awarded Best Performing Senator of the Year in October 2025. Nwoko received this honor at the Democracy Heroes Award Africa, recognized for his legislative efforts and commitment to public service. This sounds like we're debunking ourselves, but let's have at it. I'm not going to say too much to it. I just want to read the last one and I'll let you guys have it, okay? Then we'll move on to other episodes. Party realignment. In January 2025, Senator Nwoko announced, this is according to, this is on his Wikipedia, announced his resignation from the People's Democratic Party, PDP, with the intent to join the ruling APC. So he did that that's an accomplishment. I guess the what do you guys call it? Defecting, right? Defecting from one party to another. I guess that would count as an accomplishment. Oh, God. Gia says, you mean public long grabbing? Oya, continue. This is what they say, we see this. This is where he probably should be spending his time advertising, but he would rather chase after allegedly a 27-year-old woman. I think she's more like 24, but let's just say allegedly 27 years old, okay? Hit the like button, guys. Hit the like button. Thank you for stopping by today. I see you, Mama 5, Dupsy Heart, Natu Chinye, Uncle Benu. I appreciate you guys for being here. Like, share, subscribe, turn up your notifications. Let's move on to some other trendy stories around the world. I'll be right back.
This is Ola, Man of Prestige, your favorite relationship and marriage coach. If you enjoy this, smash that like, subscribe, and share it with someone who needs it. Be a part of the Prestige family. My wife, Lola, and I have written 2 powerful books, Get My Marriage Back and Number One Red Flag, yours free at manofprestige.com. For personal coaching, send me a WhatsApp request for consultation to +1 732 305 8577. Stay tuned for more. Your journey to love and prestige starts here.
All right. Again, thank you for stopping by today. Let's talk real quick about how to have a successful relationship. I want to share 5 non-negotiables with you as we move into the modern era. These things are non-negotiable. If you don't think so, you will get dumped. If you don't figure it out, you will get dumped. It's just what it is, okay? And worst, you're going to join communities where, you know, misery loves company on the internet, and it's going to get worse. They're going to justify all the BS that you might be telling yourself, all the stories that you're telling yourself. They will justify it, and you will feel good short term, but last you will still get dumped, okay? And this is especially true for men, okay? So non-negotiable number 1 is emotional intelligence. But what do I mean by emotional intelligence? This is a word that's thrown around quite a bit these days, as you can imagine. Everybody throws those words, that phrase, they throw it around. But if you slow them down and say, hey, tell me what that means, they often struggle with what it means. Emotional intelligence is 3 things, okay? It's about mastery of your own emotions, okay? Number 2 is about, number 2 is impossible if you don't do number 1 of that, okay? If you don't acknowledge, first of all, that you're an emotional being, you're not going to be capable of paying attention to other people's emotions. That is, the people you're interacting with, you need to pay attention to how emotions is playing out when you're interacting with them. That's number 2. And number 3 would be emotional intelligence at a social level, in terms of social skills, social intelligence. You can call it social skills, social intelligence, okay? So self-regulation, empathy, and social skills, okay? Those are the 3 things that makes up emotional intelligence. It's basically the ability to recognize, understand emotion as the biggest variable in everything, okay? In everything, every interaction. I was having a conversation earlier, and somebody was trying to explain how the process of submission between a man and a woman, and the person was explaining it as it is what a woman gives to a man. And then period. I said, nah, bro. So we should pretend that there's no psychology in that process. There's psychology, and it goes, what do you mean by psychology? What does the psychology has to do with this? I almost want to say that's a stupid question, but I try to calm myself these days. It's not a stupid question. No question is stupid, okay? Psychology is involved in, I answered them. I was nice. Psychology is involved in every human interaction, okay? There's more to it than moralizing it, okay? There's more to it than the moral obligation of submission, if that's where you're coming from. So what do I mean by more to it? Well, if you both subscribe to the same religion, the same ideology, and that involves submission, well, the submission is a function of the fact that you have a united front. Not just because she's if you marry a good wife, she will always submit. That is cap, okay? You're going to set yourself up for failure in that way, okay? There's psychology involved in that, okay? So why am I saying that? That's why I'm asking you. The only thing you can apply to that is your emotional intelligence. Again, self-regulation and empathy and social skills. Number 2 is, drum roll, self-love, okay? Self-love. And I'm not talking to selfish people. Selfish people, you already have more than enough self-love. I'm not talking to you. I know you're not going to admit you're selfish. I know. But I'm just saying, let's be careful when we throw that phrase around. There's too many people throwing the phrase self-love around that are just selfish people, okay? There are people that are not considerate. They're never reasonable, but they will justify it with self-love. It's self-love, you know. So the real meaning of self-love is something that everyone must practice, to be fair, okay? To be honest, the real meaning is something that every one of us must practice, so we don't end up pouring from an empty cup. You go into a relationship to give, but if you're pouring from an empty cup, you will end up resenting that process, and then you become selfish, and then you claim it to be self-love, and it's still faulty because it's not sustainable, right? Because at the end of the day, you want to be in relationship with other human beings, not just romantic, but every type of relationship. But I guess for the sake of education, let's talk about romantic relationship. If you're pouring from an empty cup, it's going to bite you in the butt. Okay, self-love is not just about treating yourself. Okay, it's about self-respect. It's about, yes, boundaries. I'm not talking about boundaries you draw around other people, just boundaries around your personal behavior in life. Okay, independence to a large extent, but independence with respect to interdependence. See, ladies, let me talk to you on this one. You don't really see men running around town talking about independence. It's not really a thing because we don't really have the luxury of choosing independence or not as men in our society. And if any man is doing that, we'll hold them accountable. Like, are you crazy, right? But women will yell independence, independence, because I guess they just discovered it, right? Independence with respect to interdependence. You recognize that we're human beings, we're social beings, and we still have to interact with others, and we do get some joy, some level of joy from validation of people, our loved ones, and we just don't want to do an overkill. We don't want to overflog, or we don't want to be coming from a very, very blind place when it comes to validation. We just want to be as much as possible intentional. But what self-love really means is independence and security. Self-independence, self-security is something that you have from inside out, and then it helps everybody else find something to copy. They copy you. If you love yourself, they copy how much you love yourself. You respect yourself, they generally tend to mimic that behavior. That's the whole point of self-love. It is not an excuse to be selfish within relationship. Let's move on to number 3. I'm spending way too long on this. Non-negotiable number 3 is active listening. Active listening is impossible without emotional intelligence, which is number 1, and without self-love. Active listening, you have to listen to where people are coming from, more just as much as you're listening to their words. Don't get stuck on their words. Ask for clarification if you need to. Be clear on where they're coming from. Be patient with yourself. Don't be so quick to jump into conclusion that you know what they mean. You ever heard that word triggering? That's triggering. That's because you're probably jumping into conclusion. It's not your fault that you're triggered. That's not what I'm saying. But I want you to remember self-regulation. I want you to self-regulate yourself and say, hey, let me get some clarification on what this person is saying. This is your relationships. I'm not talking about random strangers on the streets. This is a lot of times your romantic relationship. Make sure you understand where they're coming from. Yes, it's easier said than done, because sometimes you've seen them, you've known them for such a long time that you naturally want to, you can't wait to assume you know what they're going. You've seen this so many times. Guess what? Self-regulate, okay? Pretend that you don't know where they're going. Let them land. Let them finish what their thoughts, what they're trying to say, and then ask for clarity. Ask, well, what do you mean by this, right? And that takes a lot of patience, but it comes with a lot of reward if you can master this part right here. As we're moving into the new age, new era of relationship where we don't have to be with anybody, we can just choose to be single and happy, even though it's bullshit, but we can pretend until right? As we're moving into that, we don't want somebody to come into your life and then disconnect from you randomly, and then you chop breakfast when you could have just master the skills of active listening. Every one of us want to be heard. We want to be seen. Be that person to provide it. Be that person to offer people. We don't have enough of it. Just be the leader in that context and offer that. And if you're a lady and you're the one offering it first, eventually he will feel weird. He will feel awkward that you're the one that have to rise above all the time. Hopefully, but there's a method to the madness. But it's not sustainable that you're the one leading always in that, but you can lead. You can start the cycle of what you like to see in your relationship. Okay, so don't wait. Don't say, oh, a man should be a man. No, don't wait. Whatever you like to see in your relationship, you can start that cycle right now. Okay, so validation. You shouldn't need validation. Stop the cap. Okay, sometimes you need your partner, you need people in your life to validate your thoughts. It's just a little extra. Okay, so let's stop the cap.
Stop the cap.
Sometimes you need other people to validate your thoughts. Okay, It's not wrong unless it's a chronic situation, like where somebody just needs you valid all the time. I understand that can be overwhelming, but just being able to say, I hear you, I see what you're, I see how you feel, that I feel you, being able to say that before you say but, right? Your body language, maintaining eye contact, showing that you're actually understanding where they're going at, and being open to the possibility that you haven't fully understood it and you can ask for clarity. Okay, that's a key thing. Let's move on to number 4. I didn't know this was going to take this long. I'm talking too long. If you're getting value from this, please make sure you hit the like button before you leave. Thank you. Non-negotiable number 4 is identify the objective. Identify the objective. This is something you have to keep in front of you all the time. Why? Because people end up in relationship and then they start arguing and they don't really know why they're in that relationship. It's like, why are you in this relationship? What do you mean why I'm in this relationship? It's like they're triggered by that question. Like, no, actually, for real, why are you in this relationship? Like, calm down. No, I'm in this relationship because I just don't want to dump him. No, slow down. Why are you in this relationship? What is it? What is in it? WIIFM. What's in it for me? What's in this relationship for me? Even if you are going to start with for my children. Okay, let's start from somewhere. Okay. But identify that. Put that in front of you. Make sure it makes sense. Make sure it's sustainable, right? Successful couples, okay? They treat themselves like a team. Okay. It's just a given. But as simple as that sounds, it's something that people forget. What people end up in is me versus you, their partner. So, and then they're surprised why it is not what they bargained for. Well, because it's always you against your partner. You've never taken the time, the patience, relax, chill. You say, hey, let me see if I can add some effort to getting this person on my team. Because that's the only way this is going to work anyway. Okay? It is you, both of you, against the problem, not you versus them. Not I'm right and the other person is wrong. By the way, that equals to wrong and wrong. If only one person is right, that's equals to wrong across the board. Yeah, I know. Maybe you don't do math. Okay? It's like multiplying a negative number by a positive number. What do you end up with? For those of you that know the math. The principles of life are undefeated. They're undefeated. Just pay attention to that, okay? So how do you get to me and you when clearly they're doing something wrong? I know you're looking to align. It's a constant alignment, but once you practice, it becomes easier over time, and then it becomes what it looks like. Couple goals. No, it's because you guys have done the work, okay? So inside of this, you can think about conflict resolution, because what is the objective? What if you're arguing an argument with your partner? What is the objective of this argument? Just talk to yourself for a quick second. Let them keep ranting. They're talking over you. Let them talk over you, right? Now you're taking the leadership role, right? But you're thinking, what's the objective of that? Okay, so you're telling me, okay, what's the problem statement? What problem exactly are we trying to solve here? The same thing you do at your job, do it in your personal relationships. With that being said, everything I said today is easier said than done. It gets easier with time, with practice. Many of you don't practice. Any conversation like this between you and your husband is always awkward because you don't practice, because you think you can wing it along and say, there's no manual for it. There's manual. I just gave you one today. There's manual. Non-negotiable number 5 of 5. It's a moving target. Don't come back and tell me like, but I tried that. It's a moving target. Okay? That's why majority of people are losers in this conversation. Yes, I said it. Majority of people are losers in this conversation. You want to be a winner? It's a moving target. It's something you have to master. Once you master it, there are patterns. You can see it. You can see it coming. You can smell it coming. And guess what? If it's a partner you care about, that you've identified the objective and you know what's in it for you, they would dance to your tune. Why? Because you're a powerful being. They will dance to your, just change the direction of the dance. Step on their toe for a second, quick second. And then you know, like, we're out, right? And then it changes the dynamic, and then you can now start offering some value. Bring some value to your relationship. That's what I'm suggesting here. This is an opportunity. It's a moving target. There is it's never static. It's dynamic in nature. Okay, it's dynamic in nature. You have to be able to adapt. You have to be open to the possibility that you might have to reevaluate every now and then. Every now and then, where am I at? What happened? Something changed, something drift. Oh, it's an opportunity to learn. It's a little bit different. Where did you learn this weird behavior from? I've known you for like 15 years. I've never seen this one. Welcome to the real world. Yes, people change. It's the reality. And that right there is the anatomy of a healthy relationship. If you're open, if you're a student, you'll be fine. Eventually, you see patterns. It feels like second nature. It feels like you're just happy. And then people will start to say you're lucky. You just happen to be lucky. It's like, hey, I'm lucky. Okay, all right. By the way, the same thing is applicable for parenting and any other form of relationship. If you want to have a healthy relationship, go back over those non-negotiables as we move into the new era. You're not going to be able to get away with manipulative or any type of subtle manipulative behaviors. Or the rules are the rules are for you. If you're setting any kind of rules, they're for you because you're a powerful being, you're an influential being, and there are ways you can move to attract the kind of relationship you're looking for. You are just that much powerful, okay? And if you say, oh, there's no manual to it, you're right, okay? So anything goes.
You're right.
Thing can happen. That's all I have for you, ladies and gentlemen. Do me a favor, hit the like button, share, subscribe, turn up your notifications so you're notified when we go live. Hopefully you've been enlightened, educated. We'll see you on the next one very soon. Take care. God bless. Peace.
This is Ola, Man of Prestige, your favorite relationship and marriage coach. If you enjoyed this, smash that like, subscribe, and share it with someone who needs it. Be a part of the Prestige family. My wife Lola and I have written 2 powerful books, Get My Marriage Back and Number 1 Red Flag. Yours free at manofprestige.com. For personal coaching, send me a WhatsApp request for consultation to +1 732 305 8577. Stay tuned for more. Your journey to love and prestige starts here.